How is regional funnels different from pan India?
But if you count two tier cities in India, there are a lot many. The base is very broad.
How coaches are moving into the SaaS. Training and coaching industry has so much money. And not just being a coach, but actually becoming the CEOs of their own SaaS brand.
Many of my clients literally don't know how to turn on and turn off the laptops.
That means just imagine every time when I hear that, I feel my future is bright.
What is the measurement to call it a high ticket?
The high ticket means like how we can reduce the.
How did you actually position this offer?
So I decided I will take only 5 features, which is very important, where my clients are facing problem. 5 features, what I took is first thing.
When you're approaching any client who's already well known, the first thing is to research about them. And there's also a very tricky thing. Like I've seen some of the social media guys, they message me on Instagram saying that this ad is not good, I'm going to create a better one. Do you want it? I'm like, I don't need it. Let us know the 3 top industries and the characteristics of these people who bought your products the most.
The first part is that I start with the coaching part, coaches. The next I work with that edtech brands. When we work together, we can make a big edtech brand.
Whenever I onboard some of client or whenever I onboard each and every client, I have the strategy session.
Right, you give refund policy, next month anybody can come and say, okay, give me refund. Right, there's a downside of it also. But then he told me something interesting that kind of reprogrammed my thoughts. He said that, see, if they're going to take back your money and walk out, you're actually letting go the most irritating client you can have in your future. What is your advice to somebody starting?
I would go on social media.
Spiritual gurus are mostly not at all tech friendly, so I'll be helping them to generate leads, automations, the tasks which a human error can occur and they can miss out the lead.
That's based on like my story. Who am I? I'm an IT professional. I can target IT professional. I am a network marketer. I can help the network marketer.
That's something that I'm hearing for the first time. Okay, so let's begin. So this is going to be kind of informal. So we heard a lot of people speak on the stage, but right now let's interact. Okay, because we can ask a lot of questions of how these SaaS entrepreneurs started, how are they building it, and let's take out some ideas. So the intention is about how they can give all their secrets to you on how they're building their business. And second, you can grab them and write it down in the book. Are you all ready for it?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's begin. So first of all, Anu, great to have you. We have Anu Satya, then we have Manisha, and we have Varun. All 3 of them had a humble beginning. So let's keep this panel based on how coaches are moving into the SaaS. Right? That's the biggest thing that you can see right now. I know most of you are from morning listening that, okay, training and coaching industry has so much money. How many of you are actually feeling that? Lot, right? And that could be one of the potential industry that can be there. And now we're also seeing trainers and coaches moving into SaaS and not just being a coach, but actually becoming the CEOs of their own SaaS brand. Let's decode them. Let's understand without taking further time. So Anu, great to have you. So when I say Anu Satya, it's not just Anu and Satyanarayan. So he's one of the best business coaches in Canada. Let's give a round of applause for him. So he's sitting back. Thank you. So he's sitting back, letting his wife take on the stage to share the technical side. So she's been the backbone of technical in their community, together doing amazing work in Canada. So my first question to you is, Anu, how is regional funnels different from pan India? Because most of them build funnels out thinking that I'll go all India market, but you're going in with the Kannada market. That's like a very regional space, right? It's really, really small market. People think there's no much revenue there or we can't reach much out there. What do you see as a major difference between regional and the pan India funnels?
Actually, yeah. I don't see much difference. Why? Because I feel global market is, a lot of people are focusing on global market. If you see, morning I was discussing with somebody, if you count all the cities in India, maybe major cities are 8 to 10 majorly. But if you count two tier cities in India, there are a lot many. So if we come to the, regional language, the base is very broad. Opportunities are more. Why? Because nobody is focusing on them. That is what I realized being in this industry, coaching Kannada business owners. literally they are the people who need a lot of help. There is a, as Manjunath was also sharing in the morning, it's a blue ocean, right? It's a very big blue ocean. Nobody is concentrating on that. And I see people, they come, they bring their laptops to our sessions and they say, how to switch it on, right? Show me the button, where is the button? And what is email ID? Okay, email ID you create, and I say password, kaha milta hai password? Where do I get the password, right? That means just imagine every time when I hear that, I feel my future is bright. I keep telling people in my classes also, like as long as you don't learn, like my future is very bright because, of course, I'm going to teach again and again the same thing, and I'm going to take more money. So better you learn in first thing, right? So I feel it is a very broad market, like as we are progressing, if we look at our population also, huge population in India. In fact, one Karnataka state population is equal to some of the country's population actually. So it's really big market. I mean, 144 crore people. In our entire lifetime, our 10 generation lifetime, we cannot cater the market. That's what I feel.
Absolutely. I think that's a great answer. Let's give a round of applause. Because we always feel that the market is extremely small. We feel, right? Let's say Kannada market or Marathi market or Malayalam. We might feel that those are like regional, there's no scope for it. But I think as Anu says, it's so huge. I think that's a fantastic point. So coming to Manisha. So Manisha, my curious question to you is, if you see this room, so the population of women is lesser than men. Is that right, all of you? Right, in this room, because it's technical, right? So when we say technical, most of them step back, but I can see all the women power here who are learning technical, which is great. So I want to ask you that question, that being here, most of them try to tell themselves that I can't do technical stuff. The first answer is that. Now you're helping women community and also men community. So I want to understand you, when you go and approach a client who's absolutely non-technical, like Anu mentioned that they don't know to turn on laptop. And that can be a very big challenge, right? Because you're trying to teach them CRM automation, but they're not able to even log into that. How do you handle such clients?
So, first of all, this is a very, very important thing that they need to learn, because without technical thing, they are not going to survive in this generation. And as Anu said, it is rightly said, many of my clients literally don't know how to turn on and turn off the laptops. Even I have helped them to that depth extent that this is the way how you need to turn it on. In literally the WhatsApp video call, I asked them turn on, then this is the Zoom, you need to log into the web WhatsApp and get the link and everything. So to be big, we need not have to just अनफॉलो और गो ऑन काइंड ऑफ कि हम बहुत बड़े हैं, इस सिचुएशन में नहीं जाना है. वी डू नॉट हैव टू भूलना नहीं है हमारे रूट्स क्या हैं. बी स्टिक टू द रूट्स एंड हेल्प टू द पीपल. सो लास्टली, it is something that they have to do. If they are not willing to do, I don't feel that they are going to grow big. Because as the pandemic has told us that if we are not getting digitalized, we are not able to get that cash in hand. So this is the task you need to follow. At the end, we have to do it. Whether we like it or not like it, we have to do. So for that, I personally help in mentoring to them. No matter how many times I need to do, as Anu said, जब तक के नहीं आता, I can get more and more cash in hand. So जब तक नहीं आ रहा है, I'll be stick on them, stick on my hand, do it, do it, do it. And at the end of the day, there are so many testimonials that are saying that, yeah, literally, ma'am, you have held me to that extent कि मुझे आपने laptop भी चालू करना सिखाया. So I feel really proud on that I didn't given up on them. And now they are doing marvelous job in the industry and helping some other women and other people in the community.
Absolutely. I think that's fantastic. Because I think what Manisha says is patience, right? We as marketers, let's say you're building a SaaS business, imagine your client is non-technical and the easiest thing to do is to give up. It's like, hey, this person doesn't know anything, so better leave the client, find technical people. But I think the actual riches are where you can train people to become one. So I think that's a very good takeaway, Manisha. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So next is Varun. So Varun, you've been in space of B2B marketing, in network space, and also you've been helping a lot of people. Right now you're focusing on high ticket selling. So My question to you is, what is the measurement to call it a high ticket?
See, the high ticket basically, the high ticket means like how we can reduce the hassle, we can reduce the client's effort, how we can save their time, how we can save their money, because the premium buyers will not look towards the pricing tag when they go to the anywhere, any malls. High ticket is just a mindset, right? If we differentiate between this two, low ticket and high ticket, whatever our positioning is, whatever our messaging is, that can attract automatically the high ticket clients. And it's just a mindset. So we just have to make our sellable offer in such a way that it can reduce their time, efforts, and maximize their ROI, maximize their revenue, maximize their end goal, that is the final transformation.
That's great. So do you have any measurement when you say high ticket? Is 50,000 high ticket, 5 lakh high ticket? What's exactly high ticket?
Exactly. Like, for example, if I'm saying that for me, for myself.
Exactly. It individually
Exactly.
depends.
If I'm saying that I'm giving you the white label plan just for the 1 year, that can come under not a high ticket, because I'm saying that you have to make entire things for yourself. If I'm saying, just like Manjunath sir is also telling about the 3 lakh rupees of the plan, if I'm saying that I'm charging you 5 lakhs in a year, just forget everything. We will be your backbone. We will be your backend partner. If you fail, we fail. Very simple. And if you wins, we wins. We're not taking the 5 lakhs for one time. We have to take 5 lakhs for every time. So if we say these type of the words, automatically the client is saying that yes, this person can be. Automatically the trust established.
Fantastic. I think that sales of high ticket is something that's a skill that you can actually
Exactly.
convey them, and then comes the value so that you can retain them. So having said that, I'll come back to Anu. So Anu, you had a good launch, right? So when you actually got in SaaS, since you already had a community, can you walk us through and tell us what was the community size? That means your existing clients. How did you actually position this offer? What did you create that, and how did you make that money? So if you can run us through that.
Yeah. So first thing is like, our high ticket, as high ticket sales means like our courses start from diamond membership. So that is like 1 lakh rupee plus GST. So we have around 600 plus customers, like members, who are into MSME business, right? So every month we do something called hackathon. So hackathon is a one which is like every month I run through the systems, like digital marketing system, what they should implement. For example, what digital marketing system I'm teaching, I'm doing it from past 5 years right now. Like running the ads, how they should position themselves, and why organic digital marketing is important, how they should build their foundation in digital marketing, and then automating the entire process. Like I have lot of tools like Pabbly, Zapier, and landing pages for that, and WhatsApp AI Sensei, and so many, like for the whole system to run. So I teach these things actually. Now what we did last month, me and Satya had a discussion. In fact, I had not had a very clear idea about the tool, right? My apps, but we jumped in. We said, Satya said, okay, let's do this month hackathon only. We'll introduce this platform. I said, okay, I had a very little time. So what I understood is I just took 5 features. Like I'm going through your WhatsApp community where every day they're sending a message. How many of you have seen this? Like feature number 274, feature number 275. I was like, it was an overwhelming experience for me. So many features I have to learn. Then I told myself, I'm not going to go into all these things because my members also going to feel the same way, because I'm totally from non-technical background, zero technology, right? 5 years back. 5 years ago, I learned digital marketing and all those things. So I decided I will take only 5 features, which is very important, where my clients are facing problem. Like for example, right now, whenever I teach meta ads, they find it very difficult to go through those steps, like campaigning, ad set, ads, and they forget where what to set, under ad where I should set the form. So these things was the trouble actually. So I realized
I'll come
this
back
is
to
the
one
first one.
question is, which are the 5 features? All of them have a question.
Okay. So
Which are the 5 features?
5 features what I took is, first thing, lead generation. So you want to generate the leads. So this is the best, easiest way. There are only 5 things, like where goal, target market, and that 5 things is there in meta ad. I felt that is very easy to teach, and everybody grasped it as I thought. And the second important thing, WhatsApp. So WhatsApp API as well as regular WhatsApp. This both I showed. And the third one which I showed is, which is still not I have implemented, AI staff, AI brain and AI staff. I just showed this is what can be done in the future, like even if you don't have staff, you can train your AI and you can deploy it there and it will answer. And it will bring back, just exactly the way you said on that Sunday, like it will bring back, come to funnel and tell, buy this, that's all. So that is the point which I picked up. And apart from that, lead management, the most important thing. See, a lot of MSME business owners, where they fail, what I have realized is managing their data. Exactly, they don't know who is coming into their business, in what stage the customers are. And every month they struggle to find out, like, next month from where do I get the money. So every month they think of digging the well. That is, digging the well means every month they are trying to find new customers. So that is what I've seen in the industry, especially with MSME business owners. So I realized by managing data, you can actually go back to your own customers' data and see from there how you can, get more business. So this point, really hit hard with, our members, and they realized, that pipeline, and they see which stage customers are. Okay, this many customers have not come. They've just inquired and they left. So I have to launch the offer for these people. So that literally I was able to fit properly, right? So these are all 5 things which I used, and only these 5 features I explained. This is what you will get, and this automation. So last one, Instagram, when they post and they just type the link and they get the messages back and forth. That was the best thing.
Done. So you all got 5? 5 features. I think simplicity is what scales. I think I can really see with that. Because though there's so much, how can we really simplify it and present it? To be very frank, I think Anu is not even touched upon funnel builder or community. Like, we always feel that we need to sell everything. But I think the idea is about simplifying, selling 3 features, 4 features initially. Once they're onboarded, now they have the entire option open. So that's a great answer, Anu. Thank you. So let's go back to Varun back. Okay, so Varun, tell me, you mentioned about the sales, right? The clarity in sales.
Right.
So I want to dig a little deeper into that, because see, sales is what makes you money, right? So is it a one-to-one, one-to-many? Just tell me, run me through your entire process of how do you really get clients and what's working for you at this point.
So basically, I do for myself one-to-one, and I teach also one-to-one, and directly making the high ticket offers. So basically, the first point is, people say that the sales is a service, sales is a problem solving, but for me, the selling means change, right? If somebody is ready to change, automatically the sales happened. If you make that client realize that yes, there is a change required and that is very urgent. Urgency is not by showing the clock tick, 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 and the timer is getting blast. That is called a pattern recognition. So I teach them that how to extract the patterns from the prospect's mind, because I'm not the only guy who is giving them the same offer. There are past 5 to 6 failures agencies also in their mind. So we have to first extract that. That is the first point. Problem finder. Don't be a problem solver. How we can solve that problem if we don't know the right exact problem? So first the patterns get detected. There is one framework that is called pre-framing, deframing, and reframing. First, I just take the what's are the pre-frame in the prospect's minds. Might be if the previous agency is not getting the solutions. So what's happened? Only you are not the person that getting solution, or there are other persons also. If they said that other persons are getting the results, might be you are doing something wrong, because that doesn't mean the agency is doing wrong. So once the pattern is getting detected, then you can say deframe. Just you can say let their guard down, because guard means that the prospect is already having the set in their minds that kuch to bechega, sales to hogi. You can simply say that if I cannot solve, I would love to ask some of the depth about your business. If I cannot help you, I will frankly say no to you, and I will just transfer you to somebody else if I am not the right fit. Automatically the trust established. Then reframe, you can say that is called the future pacing. What transformation? Transformation cannot be a verbal. You can just screen share on the Excel and make the roadmap of next 6 months, show the money in the bank account. That is called the new reframe, which previous agencies might be not getting that help for that particular client. because every client needs something special help. So once this has happened, then automatically you can say the sales gets. But one more thing which I do for myself, I don't sell the complete like payment on advance. What I'd say that let's have a deposit of 10,000 rupees in advance. Let's sit with me for one more call for your entire positioning. If I'm not the right fit, refundable. If you feel that yes, this is the guy who can help me, the sale done.
Fantastic. Let's give a big round of applause for that. I think fantastic, Varun. I think that's something that I'm hearing for the first time. Like, sign them up with the 10,000 rupee. Tell them that I'm going to help you decode your positioning, your funnels, everything. Just in case you feel this is not for you or I'm not the right guy, your 10,000 is refundable.
Right.
There could be one or two people go away, but the best thing is they are going to go away forever. Right? So you can actually work with the right people. I think that's an amazing takeaway. Thanks for sharing. And Manisha, so right now with the clients, what you're working at this point of time, so you do done for you service, right? And you also worked with one of a very popular client, which you mentioned earlier. During that phase, I want to understand how did you approach that person? Okay, because she signed up one of a very good influencer and you had no connects before.
Yeah, no direct connects.
No direct connect. So you were able to approach, convince them, convince her, bring her on board, and actually get that. I want to know the journey of how do you really approach an unknown influencer and bring them on board. So what was your process for that?
Oh, that was a wonderful journey, I would say, Karthik. It was like she was into some very big position in some of the very big company. I need not have to disclose it because it is something confidential data. But I found something like universe gives the intuitions. So follow the intuition, the key for this. I got some intuition and I find some mutual person in between. Though I was not directly associated with that lady, but I got a mutual person who was in between us. So I approached and I shared that I have a super wonderful system which can actually help her ease out all the operations which she is doing manually. Though she is having her team, but technically she also adapts it, acknowledges this all the time that मुझसे ये नहीं हो पाएगा. And for even signing up for a normal Zoom ka thing also, she said, Manisha, I can't do the Zoom ka sign up. Let my team member have to handle it. So there I positioned something which can ease off her all the operations. But yeah, I need have to give some of the clarities for which I literally thank Vishal, which he gave me, because the confidentiality is something which she was very much concerned about. So I gave her the Manjunath ji has said, the whole, sell the whole, not the drill. So I shared her that whole, that this can actually be the result, because of which her organic presence can also go up and up without any manual hassling. Also, she was also finding out the meta ads ka thing very difficult, and as I seen her ad accounts, there were lots and lots of money were burned out and no results were there. So I also figured out that this can also be the key. I first of all scanned her system where she was standing and I gave her an audit report that this is something where you are lacking behind. So I figured out the gap and shared, and we had 3 calls, and I literally thank you, Karthik, for helping me out when you were out also. Then also you took out the time and helped me how to present and offer it in front of her. Be normal, be authentic, whatever she needs, just give it to her. So I followed that thing which you shared me, and I found out the gap and shared that this is what exactly I am working in. And we got the deal. And yeah, it's giving
Awesome.
us results.
Fantastic, right? So I think one thing I really liked about what Manisha said was when you're approaching any client who's already well known, the first thing is to research about them. Is about audit report. Like you can actually go to their ad account, and there's also a very tricky thing. Like I've seen some of the social media guys, they message me on Instagram saying that this ad is not good. I'm going to create a better one. Do you want it? I'm like, I don't need it. Because your approach is not right. Even if you give me the best thing, I don't need you. Right? So if somebody can approach in the right way that, hey, you're doing good, but there's 1 or 2 things that I think can add value. Are you open to discuss about it? Can I share that with you? I'm very curious because I've been following. Now you kind of get that person into confidence. I think when you're connecting with somebody who's a well-known person, knowing about them, everything about their background, what they do will be a game changer. I think that's a good point, Manisha. Thank you. And coming to Anu, many MSMEs are there. And we've been hearing a lot about trainers and coaches from morning, right? Like how they're making crores and lakhs. Tell me about some other industry apart from training and coaching where people are really benefiting by running ads, getting leads, making that sales. And if you have to give us the top three industries in MSME apart from training and coaching, what would that be?
If I see my own community, first industry which got the best result is construction industry.
Construction.
And we have people like who were doing 60 lakh turnover yearly to now 150 crore in span of 3 years.
Wow, wow.
Right? He is Bangalore's top, builder right now. So, and the second industry is gold industry, gold and silver, right? People say gold is, prices are going up, but people from jewelry industry, they're making a lot of money.
So when you
That's
say
what I
gold, is it the retailers?
Retailers,
Jewelers. Okay.
jewelers, gold and silver industry. That is the second highest who are making a very good money. And the third one, all the professionals, like where I see beauticians and makeup artists, these are all the people are making real good money. And apart from that, I have seen, people who have launched their, clothing brands. Like they have a showroom, yes. Those are all the people making a very good money. And apart from that, lot of other industry,
Yeah.
farming industry, another one. Farmers, anything related to farmers, like, farmers related, agriculture related tools, seeds, pesticides. It's
Fertilizers.
working wonderful for those people. I mean, nobody's there in that field. Whoever is coming up and they're placing the ads, they're getting very good response, literally very good response. A lot of farmers are directly calling them and asking, where is your shop? I want to come and visit. So there is a restriction also, they cannot directly place the ads. So they're giving a lot of educational ads. So that's really working wonderful.
So you mean to say when you say construction and all of these, so what is the main problem that they're actually solving? Is it their business structure or is it helping them get leads, streamlining the marketing and sales? What exactly are you solving?
See, first step, we solve this lead challenge. I mean, they are not getting leads. They're very good. They're providing quality service, quality product is there. But the problem is they're unable to reach out the market.
Right.
And one thing what I see, especially in regional, regional this thing, lot of people are not doing ads. That's a great advantage. What I see, when you place ads in English, the way you get the response, the same thing when you place ad in Kannada, the way you get the response are totally different and it is faster. And cost per lead is also lesser and you get a very good response. That is what I'm seeing. Regional language, still a lot of people have not picked up and it's a huge industry. A lot of people are wanting the products and service. So customers are there, here businesses are there. So we are just helping them to meet.
So can we summarize that the number one problem that you can solve for all these industries are leads?
Leads.
Right? All of you please write it down in bold letters. If you even want to go and solve something to people, all you need to tell them is, I will help you generate leads.
Leads, yes.
That's it. That's the message. And you can get all of these industries. And thanks for sharing unconventional industries, which we never heard. Okay,
And,
we all don't think about these industries, right? We always think, how can we go to real estate or event organizing or some other things?
I just want to add on one more industry which is really doing very well, Vastu.
Vastu,
Astrologers.
astrology, occult
Astrologers,
sciences.
Vastu, this is really doing good right now.
And they also have a problem of lead generation?
Yes, of course.
Good. As long as they have problem of lead generation, we are sorted,
I
right?
have somebody like last week they came and met us. 2 years back he was there in our sessions and he told he has constructed 1.5 crore worth building only after attending the classes and generating the leads.
Wow.
And from that money he has constructed. He said, I have not used one single rupee also from past earnings, only from last 2 years. So that is the, capability of these industries. Vastu,
Correct.
astrologer
Absolutely.
he is.
That's fantastic. So I'll shift to Manisha. So Manisha, just tell me about the industries that you work with. And apart from training and coaching, give me 3 industries that you are working with. Or is it any one also? So you can take that call.
So spirituality is something, as Anu said, it includes Vastu, the healers, they are included in this, and the lead per cost is very low in this area. and people are dying to get the consultation in this area. So the first one is the spiritual coaches. The second one are the generalized coaches. आप coaching industry में किसी को भी ले लो, you are going to get the amount of money you cannot even assume of. आप सोच भी नहीं सकते हो इतना ज़्यादा पैसा आएगा, because these are the people who are master in their field but they are non-technical. So these are the two most and the most important things which can, and also the small business owners. If you are not thinking about them, like the women who are running their businesses from home, they are also non-technical. The home-based bakery owners, they are also non-technicals. So target these people as well. Do not, as Sneha said, कि हमेशा नंबर्स पे, बड़े बड़े नंबर्स पे मत जाओ. तो ये भी एक ऐसा सेगमेंट है जहाँ पे हम अपनी सर्विसेज दे सकते हैं, और बिकॉज ऑफ द सेल्स वी कैन ईजिली ऑफर देम द सर्विस. सो यू कैन, आई विल पिक अप 3 spiritual coaches, coaches generalized, and the home based business owners or the small business owners whom I am working with.
Fantastic. So lead generation problem for all of them. And one thing I think even I'm observing is that you need to find a client who's non-technical.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. I think that's as simple as that, right? Right. The moment you know they're technical people, put them on second. Non-technical, they say, come. We're going to help you.
Right.
Because anything you do for them, you do WhatsApp sender automation, they'll be like, wow,
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
what a great automation that is.
Actually they get the aha moment.
That's
ये
right.
ऐसा हो सकता है.
Great. I think that's a good takeaway. So, Varun, coming to sales part. So, let's say industry-wise, since I'm already covering. So, what are the industries that you're helping? And what do you think is selling well? If you summarize all your sales calls, you've made revenue. So, while you're selling this offer, just let us know the 3 top industries and the characteristics of these people who bought your products the most.
See, the first is like previously I worked with direct sellers. So what I observe is they don't have that mindset, because I myself a network marketer. So I start with my story, so that can sell well for myself but not for my clients. I change it because by working as a coaching for the direct sellers, I myself become a coach. I myself know the hidden challenges of each and every consultant and a coach, because I do consulting as well as coaching. So the first part is that I start with the coaching part, coaches. Specifically NLP coaches came to me because my meta gets learn on that particular category. So more NLP coaches start coming. So this is the first category because they know the mindset. They itself a coach, they understand the, because I feel that tonality matters a lot in one-on-one and body language. What they judge is in first 5 minutes, the decision gets make in the prospect's mind either yes or no. So what my duty is that my tonality, where I should apply the concern tone, where should I apply the confused tone, where should I apply the playful tone, and these tonality I teach also in my community.
So, how many tonalities are there?
Like basically I use this confidence tone, right? Like you look the confidence. Concern means like, for example, if somebody is selling the insurance, most people says भगवान ना करे आपका कुछ हो गया, तो they just talk like that. But so what I teach them, that don't say like that. You have to apply the concern, that whatever the assets you have, build it out. In any case, by mistake, that if something happens, so these liabilities and these loans किस पे transfer होने वाले हैं? Spouse. Is your spouse capable to do this? Is your spouse is working right now? Is your spouse? So automatically that change realize that yes, I have to change, right? So this is the first part. The next, I work with that edtech brands. Recently, I onboard one big edtech company which work for the brain coaching for the children, like for the 6 to 14 years kids. There I feel that they want to become a partner with me for the long term, and in future we launch franchisee business also for all over the India. So if I say that characteristics is all about how I can break the old patterns and I can set the new patterns in their mind, that yes, when we work together, we can make a big edtech brands. So that is the main thing.
Super, Varun. That's amazing. So one thing also we can observe with what Varun is sharing is about, it's not about just the tools or setup or what we are doing, but it's about the positioning and the strategy. Can you realize that? Right? It's about getting them the right strategy and then putting money on ads. like Manjunath was sharing, right? Only if I, first month, if I figure out your niche and where you'll go, then I'll make you spend ads. Otherwise, I don't want to burn your money. So I think as probably marketing agencies, coaches, and SaaS business owners, I think the number one thing boils down to identifying data. And how do you build that? Like, do you get naturally to see the strategy for a person, or is there a framework? If all three of you can share. First with Anu.
For me, it is like, as I said, I'm totally non-technical person. So when I started, I went through a lot of, learning curve. I can say literally from internet traffic, I started learning. I literally didn't know what is called internet traffic, right? What is Facebook? How does it works? So, like the more it is like even in a midnight, somebody wakes me up, I can tell where is exactly meta ad, which option is where. So that depth of learning went because I found it very difficult to learn initially. So now it comes so naturally, like I don't know, maybe somehow the brain is wired in that way. The moment I see anybody's business, I can say this is what exactly the funnel, this is how this kind of ad you need to run. So it is maybe because of all this, years of continuously listening to people, understanding what they are facing, the problem, challenges, and understanding where is the gap area. So I keep thinking, okay, this person is saying this, but this person is behaving in this way. So what is the gap? Like they're saying, I'm not getting the leads, I'm doing everything in online. Then I go and see what is exactly the behavior. They're not spending money. Like they're not spending even 500 rupees on ads. So they're saying I'm doing everything, right? So that's not true actually. What they say, actually what they mean is two different things, what I realized. So the more we go deeper, understand more, spend more time with our customers, listen to them, we'll understand exactly, in this boundary, actually I can say, if I see this, okay, this is what is exactly the problem.
Okay, so I think we can consider it as experience.
Experience, maybe
So
the
for
more you listen.
Yeah, for Anu, it's like the more you solve, the easier it's to solve for others. But having said that, all of us can't start off with a lot of problem solving, right? So we need to start at some point. It could be your first strategy session to find out how it is. So Manisha, how did you do your first strategy session ever? That means you have no background, you've not run ads, you don't have funnels, technical, nothing, right? You just got your client first time. Now you can't say that I'm going to experiment on you. If you say experiment, they're gone.
Yeah.
Right? So we need to give them that confidence that we've already done it. So how did you approach your first ever strategy call,
Right.
and how did you handle that?
Okay, Karthik. So initially, when I started, this was the gap which I understood that I was having. So when I evolved in my journey, I now, whenever I onboard some of client or whenever I onboard each and every client, I have the strategy session. And to be very honest, I keep 3 strategy sessions, not one. Because I want to completely understand. Because what was happening earlier, when we are not understanding their problems and issues and what they can solve or what they can give to the society, how we are going to position them. So I take 3 complete strategy session. I know many of the people says you are wasting your time, too much time, you just need to give this thing and blah, blah, blah. But I feel that if I am doing something, it has to transform somebody else's life. And what I see through this coaching, other people are going to be benefited. So in this strategy session, I listen to them. What exactly the issues they are solving in the society, what results they are going to give in the society. And based on that, I let them understand that how we are going to move forward. See, as Anu said, people are not at all ready to spend on meta ads. So I need to let them understand. So in a very simple language, let me tell you, one of our mentor has explained. So I'll be giving that example in Hindi. So let's take an example that if we are going in an vacation, और हम ट्रेन से ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं सो आई थिंक दिस व्हेन दिस रील गोस एवरीबडी विल से मैडम ये वाला एग्जांपल ज़रूर देती है सो जब हम वेकेशन पे जा रहे हैं वी हैड आवर लंच डन और ट्रेन से जा रहे हैं तो एक बढ़िया गर्मा गर्म समोसे वाला आता है समय से ले लो मैम बहुत अच्छा है आपकी उसकी फ्रेगनेंस भी आ रही है बहुत ही इफ़ यू कैन फील सो वो कहता है कि 10 रुपए का एक समोसा आपने खाना खाया हुआ है देन ऑल्सो यू विल से एक समोसा तो मैं ट्राई कर ही सकता हूँ अब उसी के जगह पे एक कंप्लीट लंच का पैकेज लेके आता है बिरयानी बाय द वे उसकी भी खुशबू आपको आ रही है ही सेड कि 200 रुपए का है आप ले लो तो इमीडिएटली दिमाग क्या कहेगा नहीं आई कैन नॉट ट्राई इट अगर वो ज़्यादा फोर्स करे 200 का मैम, नहीं मुझे खाना ही नहीं है, मुझे वॉमिट हो जाएगा. And this is what exactly we are doing in our industry. That instead of giving a small bite or small thing, हम उसको पूरी थाली परोस देते हैं. मेरे पास ये है, मेरे पास वो है, ये. As Anu said, she is only featuring 5 things. 5 features. Instead of that, we are giving, हमारे पास comments भी है, automations भी है, ये भी है. So they feel like no, and I can split it up. So instead of giving the whole, I prefer the first thing is to give the awareness. That is our L0. We are doing it unknowingly. I am giving you the briefing. So the L0, which is our awareness thing that we give in free of cost, then we switch them or we take them, it is called as a customer journey. We take them to the L1 product, which is our information product, which we call as hot samosa product. The information product, which has a small token amount. We can take it as 2,999, 4,999, depending upon, this also help us to sell. जो हमारे न्यू क्लाइंट्स आते हैं वो सेल्स में अच्छे नहीं होते हैं, सो दे गेट इन कॉन्फिडेंस. हाँ, जब वो छोटे छोटे अमाउंट से सेल करना चालू करते हैं तो दे गेट कॉन्फिडेंस, आई कैन सेल. Then we take them to a higher ticket product that can be of either 6 month or a 1 year journey. So this is L0, L1, L2, and a complete customer journey which has to be from awareness thing, that is a lead capturing machine, then to the nurturing, and then to the follow-up. And we are missing out on the nurturing and the follow-up. When we did the workshops and everything, we are failing on the follow-up also. So here our automation system helps. We are not selling them the automation system, but we are preparing them for all this system in their language. So this is how I said that
So
intention.
you told me you're doing 3 strategy session. Is that after paid or before paid?
So I take a token amount.
Okay.
Yeah, I take a token amount, and this gives me a privilege that this is 100%
So what's the
refundable.
token amount, if I may ask?
It is right now 10,000 rupees, that is 9,999.
That's not even a token amount, it's a full amount. Right? How can 10,000 be a token amount?
So it has a complete journey with them to be done.
So what's the ticket price, like product price?
So right now I am giving a done for you service in the front end for a 1 month time. Right now is 60,000 rupees.
60, okay.
Yeah, and then
So it's
we have
60,000 and you take 10,000, then
Yeah.
do 3 sessions.
yes.
So do you also have a refund policy?
Yes, I have the refund policy so that they can take in initial time. Karthik, they say, "Ma'am, आप वापस हो जाएंगे क्यों कह रहे हो 100%?" I explain them, this gives you the privilege that you are not under any of the pressure and you are taking the risk of 10,000. That is also 100% refundable. Who in the industry is going to give you the 100% refund policy of 10,000 amount? And then the 3 strategy session which I am giving you, if you are not fulfilled or not satisfied that this is the result which you want to give in the society and for yourself, then you can take your money back. And that strategy will be your gift. And let me tell you, Karthik, nobody has taken till now the refund.
Great, that's amazing. I remember the first time I understood about refunds. Okay, I think I'll also share about this important thing. There is a person called Parthiv in US. Okay, he helps dentists and other things. He's in ClickFunnels community. So once we happened to connect with him over a video call, and while discussing, this was way back, like 3 years back, 2-3 years back, and he asked me about, Karthik, your offer, everything is amazing. So what about your policies and all? I don't see on your website that's there. So at that point, we didn't have a refund policy. We were like, it's a service business. Now, if I just give you back my money after your service, then what's the point? So we don't have a refund policy. So I put it across to him that we don't have a refund policy. Either you take a smaller product, try it out, you like it, continue, otherwise leave it. He told me something that changed my perspective completely from there on. He asked me that I see this one pattern in India. Okay, he's also an Indian, but he says that the pattern in India is that most of you don't have refund policies. Why is it? I said, because in India it's like that. Right? You give refund policy, next month anybody can come and say, okay, give me refund.
Right.
I changed my mind. Right? There's a downside of it also. But then he told me something interesting that kind of reprogrammed my thoughts. He said that, see, if they're going to take back your money and walk out, you're actually letting go the most irritating client you can have in your future. Because you're keeping your money you're keeping their money, you don't refund them, they're always going to walk out and talk bad about you go to Google, go to Trustpilot, leave reviews about you, and when they see your ads in down, they'll be like scam and all that things will be coming up, which all of you know. So he told me that, and I was like, true. Then he said, you can just put it as a refund. People who are going to go away, let them go away within no time. And I think after that, when we started even SaaS Universe in offering, you all know the policy, right? Like when I take a deposit, we say it's completely refundable, and that increased the sales rapidly, and that also built a trust. So now this works. Let's say in SaaS Universe, it works fantastic because ours is not a one-time product; it's recurring, right? Now, how does it work in an agency like yours, right? Because if you start putting up a refund policy, then every other person will come in, they'll try it out 2, 3 days, and they'll be like, I don't want this. I want a refund. So how do you tackle that? So the idea for this is, by listening everything here, is about rather than you offering just the software and offering a refund policy is not a good idea. You shouldn't do that. So if you're offering software refund, that means they'll use it for 1 week, they'll take back the money and walk out because they can't implement. But if you're doing this for a service business like how Varun or Manisha is doing, about finalizing a price of 60,000, it could be quarterly plan, and then you take a deposit amount of 10,000, 5,000, whatever, then sit down with them, analyze their entire business strategy, get a clarity, and then take the balance amount. Now, on this entire zone, every quarterly, you're kind of seeding the idea that without me, you can't survive. Right? That relationship builds in. I think those are like a very interesting pointers, and I hope this also helps to you. Right? Great. So, Varun, coming to the final one last question to you is about sales. So, apart from sales, now unlike Manisha talks about L0, L1, L2, so you don't have that, right? So, you're mainly into consulting, you're into
Right,
one-to-one.
high ticket.
And most of them start with your model.
The 90% of the filtration happened after watching my VSL, the first part. If I am selling the great outcome based product, so my VSL should be at least structured for the, you can say, not for the real scroller. At least they have some attention span just to watch out.
What's the duration of your
At least 20 to 30 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes.
Exactly. And each and every person, like if I have taken more than 400 to 500 calls, so everybody is saying that they have watched my entire VSL. Nobody is skipping that. The next part, filtration, is based on the questions, calendar questions, so that nobody can waste.
Just to ask you one more question with that, they watch the VSL. Now, do you give them a phone call to ask them? have
There
they
is an
watched it?
appointment setter which is working with me.
Okay, so you have a team member who's a setter who
Exactly.
gives a call to find out that have they watched the video.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I have just trained them for the discovery call.
Hmm.
They do the discovery. Then from the qualification questions, there are 3 packages, whatever based on their problem. So first part is the 1 to 1.5 lakh, 2 to 2.5, 2 to 3.5, then 5 lakh plus for the 1 year. There is no option that I don't have money. There is no drop down. Previously, I said the drop down, most of the people fill 4th drop down, that is optional. I just discard that. I get less bookings, but more high class peoples. That is the first, no time pass peoples are sitting in front of you. The second part is in the conversation. How you drive the conversation in first 15 minutes, that is important. You have to check it out very smartly who is the decision maker, how that person is taking decisions in the previous spending, like giving the money to the other agencies, how that person is giving, what triggers them to swipe out the card on the spot, right? So I found that triggering point.
I'm feeling like I'm talking to a sales astrologer. Varun is sensing every decisions that they've made, predicting the card swiping. Great,
Right.
great going. Go ahead.
So once I detect the pattern, then I know their body language, because I am also the learning the process, because I am not a coach, but based on this experience, what I feel is Havbhav can detect it out that you need one more call. I just pause it there. If the decision maker is spouse. Now, there is the straightforward question also that who is the decision maker? Or I ask smartly that you have given the money to the previous 5 agencies and you say, I'm not saying that this is a lost. I make them realize to that they say that I've lost that money, right? So once they said that, then I said that, how's the reaction of your wife, because you are married already? So they said that they are not the part of my business. If they say that, yes, we both are the part, now I detected out that the end objection came that I have to discuss with my spouse. I stop my call, I make one more call with the spouse and husband both. because both the decision makers I want to sit in front of me. I don't want to waste my time.
How are you able to make decision with a couple? I mean, how?
Because yeah, that is very dangerous part, because sometimes like ego clashes are there, right? But if like this 90% of the time happens if the decision maker is somebody else, either that can be a business partner, either that can be anybody, mom, dad, who is the investing in the businesses. So I want them, because otherwise it's 99% I have seen at the end objection that I have to discuss with my that decision maker. I am not the decision. If we will not qualify before showing the strategy, before showing the solution, I break into two parts. In one-on-one, I give them aha moment if that person is qualified for the cash. Aha moment, just not making strategy in terms of their business. Customization strategy with after taking token, but that is a generalized strategy, not showing the tool. Once the generalized strategy, then at the end, just like the offer stacking, which Manju sir is saying, same I did, but I don't show the pricing, I don't show my offer stack. I shut down my slide. Silent. Sit like this.
Great. So let's give a round of applause to Varun for sharing that. So Varun, tell me, you said you're helping sales strategy, right? So do you also help business owners to strategize their own funnels and sales?
Exactly.
That's what you do.
Exactly.
Okay, so those of you who don't know, he's there on the marketplace. Okay, connect with him, and you can just actually look into that if you're kind of struggling with your sales strategy, anything like that, because these are the people who walk the path that you want to walk, right? So you want to be a SaaS entrepreneur. So he's also been there and he's learned a lot, right? You can understand that he used to spend hours together earlier without the decision maker. Now in 5 minutes, he's not going to talk. Get your wife, then I will talk to you. Fantastic. So I think we'll wrap up the panel with just 30 seconds each. So I want to give you like 30-second space, starting from Anu, Manisha, and Varun, about what is your advice to somebody starting? Okay, right now, if you had to start it from scratch today, right, with the leverage of your knowledge, consulting, and SaaS, and the market that's out there, which will be the industry you'll pick? How will your approach be? And how will you get started as a beginner without any background? Maybe 500 rupee per day ad budget.
So first thing, I would choose the industry which has got a lot of money, that is a construction industry once again. And I would go on social media. And I would say exactly morning what you were explaining, don't sell the hammer, sell the hole. Tell them what is the problem. See, you have passed an engineer, you have spent so much of money, you have lots of dream and passion to do this business. And now what you need is customers, right? You're not getting right customer who are able to spend 1 crore plus. So here is the right plan for you. Come bring your business online, make your business digitalized. So by doing video marketing, you will be able to get your first client. I'm going to help you in that. So that's my first
Superb.
step.
That's great. Construction industry, helping them video marketing, get on social media, tell them how they can do it.
Yes,
Superb.
that's it.
So Manisha,
So I'll pick up the spiritual coaches because this is something area in which people are dying to give the money, and spiritual gurus are mostly not at all tech friendly. So I'll be helping them to generate leads, automations, the tasks which a human error can occur and they can miss out the lead. So I'll be helping them on the automation complete system so that they can get first and the infinite number of clients in India mostly who are eager to pay and not just to get the money but to get the real results. Would be happy to serve those spiritual gurus who are literally going to solve not only by just a random pravachan kind of thing but real transformation which they can give. So I will be the tech end partner for them so that they can help the people around in the society
great.
and make a lot of money.
Find non-technical spiritual masters and convert them. Great. Varun?
So the very first point is that you have to detect your who, that is your customer avatar, right? So there is not fixed that you have to, like if I say that
What would you do? Like, that's the question. Like,
that's based on like my story. Who am I? I'm an IT professional. I can target IT professionals, how they can leave their job and start their business. I am a network marketer. I can help the network marketer. I am a consultant because I know the each and every industry pain. I am not an astrologer. Even I have never ever helped the astrologer. Few days back when astrologer came in front of me, I frankly say that I have never done. If you like this strategy, just come. That's the main point. The second point is build communities. I start by building the communities. Create the impact. The third one is that is monetizing the community. If you're not good in selling, start with the low ticket, but start first leveraging the community. From that, I also start with L1, L2, L3 from starting. My L1 is 5999. I start with direct sellers community. Directly, I take them to the 1.5 for whole 1 year. And after making 200, 300 communities, automatically 20 people came into the bank. So that was my first impact from where I start with. So this is the way.
So now you kind of slow down that and move towards
Now I just
consulting.
shut down because I know that the results can only be came from the mentorship just by the hand holding.
Okay, got
So
it.
like that.
Perfect. I think that's about the panel. So hope all of you got value, right?